y'all? We back once again. Bridging the Gap podcast, live in effect. We back with another one. Here with my lovely co-host, Sister Konya.
Hello.
I Can Do Queen, Sister Rashad Sawyer.
Yes.
My brother, Mr. Malik. Go get that book. Thanks for listening. It's out on there on the internet. Go get that. It's a good read. Today, we're going to talk about a real hot topic that's been a hot topic, I would say, since forever in society, which is the double standards that exist. Men, women. It's to me, it's always been a hot topic because I feel like there has always been a disconnect, and I think that the double standard itself has created, I would say, conflict between genders sometimes, and sometimes we can never find that middle ground, you know.
Yeah.
And so, I guess one of the places I would start is the emotional aspect of it, right? So, for example, you know, us as men, you know, and part of it is how we were raised, how we were programmed is, you know, chin up, chest out, like crying, you know, all that. Like I just even my own father, you know, I remember you just used to cry as a kid, like, man, stop that crying, you know. So, you know, we were kind of raised like that. So then it turns into a thing where now when you go around your homies, you go around different male groups, you know, you're not that expressive. Mm-hmm. You could be having a bad day. You could have just been crying at home. But when you link up with your male counterparts, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different vibe. And I think it's environmental as well. I just, you know, if you grew up around a bunch of, you know, hardcore males, naturally, that's gonna come out. But I also feel if you have those males, you know, kind of like Papa in a way, that showed he was vulnerable. And even my own father showed he was vulnerable, shed those tears in trying times. Like it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be emotional. You don't have to just be vulnerable and sensitive and emotional with, you know, if you have a girlfriend or you know, females or whatever. So I kind of want to start there. So what do you kind of think about that?
Yeah. It's like, you know, we're scared to be vulnerable because we're scared as to how people are going to view us as men. Yeah. Right. And it's a struggle, right? Like you said, we get around the homies. Yeah. It's hardcore, you know, but then behind closed doors, we in the bed crying tears. Yeah. We get around somebody else, we got to put on that facade again. Yeah. And I think it's just the idea of how people view us, right? Like when we think about or we hear about what is the male, how are you being a man? Are you a man? You're not a man because you're not standing strong. You're not a man because you having these weak moments. Yeah. But it's okay for us as men to have weak moments. Yeah. You know, we're not perfect, right? We have broken situations or been in situations that's broke us before, right? So why is it not okay for us to show that? Yeah, you know, I think in today's society, the idea of what makes a man is beginning to change. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It has to change though. Yeah. It has to, I agree. Right? Because there's a need for us men who want to show our emotions, because then when we get in places to inspire other people, we have to be like that. We have to be passionate. We have to do all these things. We might have to share a tear here and there. It has to happen.
Yep.
So, and you have to be, in order to, like you said, and you get in spaces of other people, let's say even if it's kids or a group, you have to be vulnerable to be able to connect with someone. Yeah. Like you can't share your story with no emotion and no vulnerability and expect the person that you're sharing that story with, because the purpose of you sharing the story is to connect with that person or kind of inspire whatever, or to lift that person up, let them know, hey, I've been there or whatever. But if you show no emotion, no vulnerability, it's no purpose to it. Like they're not gonna get it. They need to feel your experience. Yeah.
And nowadays that double standard is beginning to be broken.
Yeah.
Right? We're beginning to address it unknowingly. Yeah. So that's something to to be grateful for in this society right now, that double standard is beginning to be broken. Where like once again we're redefining what is a man.
Yep.
Like what are the qualities and characteristics of a man?
You know what I think it is too, though? I think it's like somebody had to take the first step.
Yeah.
And so I noticed like now, like, well, like celebrities or because I mean, everybody looks up to the celebrities, right?
Yeah.
I think it started with them making it the norm. You know, like that one, I can't remember who the first person was, but I've seen a few that have done it, making that the norm. And then others who look on, you know, admiring them, like, you know what, I can tell my truth. Like I can, like for example, the whole the podcast thing that Kirk Franklin is doing now, Den of Kings.
Love it.
I mean,
love
it.
Yeah,
Creating that space, like I'm a woman, and I'm like, wow, I'm tuned into every episode at these men, and they're all celebrities. You know, taking that whole celebrity title down and actually being vulnerable. Like I've never seen them in that light. Yeah.
I think to what Malik said about men being scared to be vulnerable is because as a kid it was bad. I think first taking out understanding that showing emotion is not weak. Right? Because like showing emotion is the opposite of being a man. Right? So now it's like I have to, what I'm going to choose to express how I feel or keep this facade of being a man. So I think it's really important for us to take the stigma out of
that's it.
Men and women are multifaceted, right? You're not just, you're only encouraged as a man to show, you know, one type of emotion, like, you know, strength or anger. That's tolerated, right? But empathy or understanding or standing down is looked at as weak, and it's not. It's just, it's a spectrum, right? With our emotions, and we should be allowed to go in and out of them as needed, you know?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And just from a male's perspective, to hold all that in, those emotions is very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It's very dangerous, especially with us as men. We're already filled with testosterone, and, you know, some of us have certain unresolved issues or certain rage. And so we bottle that up, and when it may just be right person on the wrong day that might test you,
right?
And it's not about them. They just happen to be the person that day that poked you.
Internal battle.
Exactly. And so you may lash out in a way that you never expected. And so that's why I feel that that double standard of the men being emotional, we are getting away from that, because I've seen it personally, just to experience the effects it has. And now you have this all bottled up, right? And then you lash out on somebody you care about. Now you gotta go fix that, because of something internally that you're going through, right? So I feel we gotta bridge the gap and keep practicing that. Just keep practicing. Just find that outlet. Find, whether it's therapy, family, friends, or, you know.
Yeah, I think brotherhood with you guys need to. It's beneficial. Like once a month I go to a woman's circle, and it's 20-30 of us. I don't know any of these women from different ages, mothers, grandmothers, and we sit and we talk. And I think men like you guys' age are starting to get together and speak amongst each other, because you guys are going through a lot of the similar things. And men don't really connect as women do. We can. I have best friends in the restroom.
Right.
We start to like speak and we talk, and you know, and men don't really do that. You guys kind of really lead a lonely life if you don't have, you know, family or wife or a child. Like just you guys on a day-to-day basis don't really connect much with each other or anyone, you know. So I think it's really important for you guys to create a safe space for men to come and speak about their feelings.
Because we actually was that a few months ago. I think we did that with Mark.
With Coach May.
We went to his house.
We did.
I remember we did that.
Gentlemen's Collective.
It's called a Gentlemen's Collective, and then we went to our mentor's house. There's a group of us men, and all the young men and the kids that we coach and mentor. And so we had a big discussion. It was like it was a cool little thing. You had food, everything, had video games, different things to do, and we were all assigned a kid or two took them to the side just to ask them how they feeling. You know, how's life? How's school? What do you want to do with your
Not
life?
alone.
Yeah, you're not alone. You can talk to us about anything and everything. You won't hear no judgment because I've been there before.
Yeah.
You know, so to your point, yeah.
And even then, if you really think about it, you're stronger if you show emotion.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because you are still standing tall, even when you're showing emotion.
Yeah.
So people have to really think about that. You're stronger when you're showing emotion because you still stand tall through it.
Yeah.
Right? That's strength. Yeah. That's building strength. Right? So
rising up.
Like, and think about it, if you're holding it in, that means, you know,
you're shrinking.
You're like, in a sense, you're weak. Yeah. Because like you're not willing to open up and then still stand tall in it. Like you said, standing on business.
Yeah.
You standing on emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And standing, like you said, like standing tall in it, when you show emotion, you're really rising up.
Yeah.
Like when you're holding it all in, you're shrinking. And people don't see that. Like you're shrinking. Like that's like putting something in the bottle and putting the cap on it. You didn't allow it to bloom. You're shrinking it. You know. But when you're showing it, you're actually rising up. You're standing tall.
It's courageous to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I want to go to the other side of the gender when it comes to females and comes to women. Sometimes y'all are criticized for being too emotional. You know, and so I guess from a male's perspective, I guess it's hard for us to tap into that because we just aren't built like that, I guess. So I want to get y'all perspectives as far as how we can bridge the gap as men, being more effective in those conversations without kind of going into it with a perception of y'all being too emotional and being us opening our ears more and being more understanding.
Well, that's the key, right? That's it right there. Opening your ears, like being receptive. Because I'll hear like a lot of, because as women, we talk to other women about relationships, and the most common thing is he's not connecting emotionally to me. That is the most common thing that I hear with women, is like, he doesn't get it. Yeah. He's not connecting emotionally. But again, it goes back to, because, you know, men were taught, you know, being emotional. You know what I mean? So it's like we're just now getting to that. Like you said, now men are starting to be more transparent, starting to be more vulnerable. So of course, now I can see that gap bridging. But that is, like I said, the most common thing that I hear like women complain about in relationship is like, there's no emotional connection. Yeah. So what's the point? Yep. But again, it goes back to, I think you said earlier about that men have that fear of being emotional.
Yeah.
So
or
it's
being labeled as
labeled as being emotional. And I think the fear comes from being rejected. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think it's a fear of like, man, if I pour all of this out, and I actually heard a guy, it was on that Den of Kings, one of the episodes, one of the guys said that. He was like that with his wife in the beginning. Like he's like, nah, I'm not about to open up totally. What if she just like rejects me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And so this one time he actually did, and she was receptive and comforted him or whatever. And so now he's freely, you know, vulnerable to open up to her. But again, I think with women, it's us also creating that safety net, like that safe space for him to be vulnerable. Then it'll be easier for him to like connect, you know, that emotional. So I think and I never, when I would hear women say this about, oh, you know, he's not connecting emotionally, I'm like, yeah, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to think deeper into it, like, why is he not? Think about, and I actually recently shared I was talking to her about her marriage or whatever, and I asked her that, like, but you got to go into why. Like, why is he not? I don't think he's intentionally, you know, he's probably just programmed that way. Like,
them feelings are foreign to them, and they don't know what to do with when they feel it, right? So I think as women, we have to, like with me, like I can get impatient. Like what's the problem? Like, you know, you can feel it. If you can feel it, you can describe it, right? But it's like they don't have the words for it. So just as women, I just think we have to be patient with it. And like you said, create the safe space, but also just be patient and understand that it's going to take times to find the words to describe how they feel.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes it's so like on the surface. Right. Like I'm mad, but they might really feel jealous or or afraid. But the word they could use is like I'm upset, and it's like, are you upset or do you feel too exposed? Right. So I just think being patient with each other and letting us like move at our own pace. Right.
That's it.
And then for men, just listening to women. I think men tell women how they feel, and women tell men how to be men, and men tell women what it is to be a woman. And it's like, I have men tell me it all the time, like, well, women stuff. I'm like, wait, who told you that? Like, another man told you that? I'm like, no. So I just think listening, just active listening and listening to each other and just really trying to be empathetic on the way we have been raised in society. Men have been taught a certain way and women have been taught a certain way. And then we get to a certain age, it's time to kind of dissolve those generic teachings and then rebuild as functioning adults. You know?
It's that predetermined gender roles.
100%.
Yeah.
The predetermined gender roles.
Yep.
Yeah. And two things. I think as men, when we're listening to whether it's your companion, your mom, auntie, sometimes we gotta listen to not rebuttal, or sometimes we have to listen to, just hear them out. I think sometimes we get in that Superman mode, and we want to help solve the problem, and so we try to find things to say, and it may not be the right thing to say at the time. And so I feel like sometimes it's best just to listen. If something profound is going to come out your mouth, this is gonna come. But sometimes I feel like we gotta listen, and because sometimes we'll just be talking, and then it'll turn into, well, are you on my side?
Right.
Like, whose side are you on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so that's one thing, and then number two, I think also as men, it's not just what we have been programmed; it's kind of what we've seen. Like for example, I've seen you have your times where you've broken down before. You've been emotional, and I've seen my dad not say a word. He's just there to just lift you up. Just him being there. And so I think we need to take that, that type of template as far as just, sometimes it's good enough that we're just there. And I think that's kind of where the tough exterior comes from, because based on what we see. As far as like, okay, well, I see my grandpa, I see my dad, I see my uncle, I see them, console and be there for their, for their families and for their wives. And so that's what I need to do. I need to be there. I'm strong. I'm not. You can cry. I'm not. And so I think that's part of it too.
I think for us, let's be honest, like in our family, the males in our family, I think they did well in balancing that. We've had good examples of that, to where. But then also that goes back to upbringing, where they come from and things of that nature. Like my father, my father's not afraid to show emotion. So therefore me, I had to learn to not be afraid to show emotion. But I got to that point, right? So it's the idea of the environment that we grow up in, how everybody identifies themselves in that environment. Like you said, the predetermined gender roles, all these things just plays a part into how we already conceive what a woman should do or what a man should do. But to be frankly honest, we don't have control over that. We're trying to control a situation that is uncontrollable. That should be lived freely. Right? And that's how we get to the point where everybody has equal opportunities. That word equal. Right, so having equal opportunities amongst the genders and stuff like that between us.
And I think also we as men have to sometimes relent, as far as we don't have all the answers. Right. So if our woman is coming to us and kind of venting to us, sometimes it's okay to advise her to, hey, go talk to a woman of your peer, or go talk to a counselor, go see a therapist. I don't have all the answers, but if you need me to just be here and be an open ear, here I am.
Yeah.
It goes back to the safe space thing we talked about earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
As I got older, I realized too, sometimes it's not about fixing it. You know, when you have anyone call, like your friend or a guy you're dating, whatever call, sometimes you want to fix it. Yeah. And I had to learn growing up, like my homegirls will call, I say, do you want me to give you advice or you want me just to listen?
Right. Yeah.
Like, okay, I just need you to listen.
Right.
Okay, I got you. Because it's not about trying to fix, because some things it's nothing to fix. It's just it's a timing thing. It's just a process, right? And so to be loved is to be understood. Yeah. And I think people just want to be understood and validated in how they are feeling. Yeah. And you can't really fix it, right? Just let me let this out. Let me decompress with this energy. And then let's move forward. But that's what I had to learn a lot, because my friends said, okay, well, we got to call this and then we're going to do, it's like, no, or tell this, and it's like, no, like I just need to release this. Let me talk about it and I can start working it out in my mind as I speak, right? So it's just knowing when to get, when to fix it and when to just be empathetic and let the person vent, you know?
Because if a person will tell you if they need you to fix it. Yeah. Like the worst thing to me is if you're venting to somebody and their response is, well, what you should do is, it's like, no, I didn't ask you. If I'll ask you what, and most women will ask our friend, like, okay, after we vent, if we want to actually want her to tell us, we'll ask, so what do you think I should do? Yeah. But you shouldn't lead with that. With what you should do is, because you're about to tell me what I should do based on your thought process, which may really be off. I really just need your ear right now. Of that listening ear. And most times that's what it is. You just need that person to listen and just really just be there. Like he's like with dad. He does that. Like there's sometimes, he knows me so well, there's sometimes where I don't want to talk about it. Just let me be in this. And he's like, okay, step away. And Rashad knows this with me too. Like if he knows me well enough, like okay, just don't bother her, leave her alone. And then again, like there are times when I don't get vulnerable a lot. The older I get, I cry more, but I've never really been a big crier. And so with Rob, he will, like Shad said, he'll see where he'll just be there to comfort me. And that's what I need. Like, I don't need you to tell me how to get out of this. I just need to get this out, and I need to process, and I need you to be there.
Let me sort this out.
Let me sort this out. Yeah. And like I said, if people know, they'll ask you. If they need you to tell them what to do, where to go, they will ask you. So you shouldn't lead with that. Right. Yeah. And again, that goes back to trying to be the fixer. The person who tries to be the fixer, they're going to lead with that. Well, what you should do is, like, no, I didn't ask you that.
And that's the key. Knowing that person. You have to know that person to know how to be there for that person in those spaces. I think that's the key. We have to know one another. Men have to know women. Women have to know men. Like, every man is not the same. Every woman is not the same.
That's true. Right.
We replace this like, oh, you're just like every other man. You're just like every other women. But that's not the case. Everybody's different in their own right. So you have to know, right? You have to know.
Yep. Okay, so another hot topic when it comes to the double standard: dating and sexuality. Me and Malik was talking about this earlier, how just when it comes to the intimacy part of it, right? How women are looked at based compared to how men are looked at. A man can sleep with 3 women in the course of a week. Go back to the hood, high five.
Man, you did that. A badge of honor.
You know me. Come on, bro. Like, a woman do it, it's like,
she's the H word.
And even she can go to her own friends and say, I did XYZ. And then the friends, they may not degrade her verbally, but they'll be kind of like,
in the back of their mind, like,
okay, girl.
Right.
So I've never subscribed to that, because I always take into account context and circumstances. This female may have been intimate with this many guys, but that could be because maybe she was raised by a mother or a female figure. And she's seen this, and she's kind of like, she didn't see a template of how to be loved or how to respect herself, or respect or realize her true value.
Right.
And same thing with men. Men, because I'll put it like this: men can sleep with X amount of women, and it can be looked at as, oh, you the man. But behind closed doors, and I've had friends like that. They didn't grow up with their mom. Their mom passed on, or their mom just wasn't there. And so, you know, the dad trying to find his way, dating different women in and out the house, things like that. And so that's what they knew. And to the point where when we got older and have these adult conversations, I didn't realize how opposite of the pole we was as far as thinking when it came to men and women things. So, you know, what do y'all think about that?
I'm gonna say, like, even for men, that excuse, well, I'm a man.
Yeah.
Gotta stop that. We gotta stop that, because now you're already putting that double standard up right there as soon as you use that as an excuse and stuff like that. So I just look at it as, like, once again, it's upbringing, right? The idea of self-respect or respect of the other. But yeah, we gotta, like you said, we gotta stop subscribing to that type of notion, right? We can't be judging people. We not God. How can I say you doing? That ain't it. Oh yeah, bro, yeah. We can't be in that position to judge people for what they do. People are gonna live their own lives, right? And we just have to respect that, right? If that's how they want to live it, by all means. Right, I'm gonna respect that. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna look at you a different way. I'm not gonna separate myself from you because you want to move like that. You know, but we gotta get at that. Like I said, for us, man, we gotta get at that notion of, you know, I'm a man. This is what I do. You know, I'm a man. Nah, nah, because now you're simplifying yourself. And also you're not holding yourself accountable for what you're doing on the other end. So it's that self accountability and just not judging each other.
And it's kind of being selfish in a way, because you're not thinking about the people you're hurting.
Exactly.
You know, like we're not thinking about that. So in a way, it's selfish.
And like when you say sexuality, right? So, for example, a man can have his shirt off. He can walk around with his shirt off, and it's like, oh, that's like, that is like hot. Acceptable. That is so acceptable. Nobody is like looking like, oh my gosh, she has his shirt off.
It's encouraged.
But a woman, if she's showing cleavage, it's like, oh, look at her. Why is she? And it's not even, it's with the men and the women are gonna look at her in that way, like, oh, she got her.
But do you think part of that is kind of like how we were, like, kind of like our family was raised in a way? You know, it was certain structure. It was certain. Y'all couldn't go to church without having the stockings on. Couldn't wear. It was churches you couldn't wear pants. You know, stuff like that. Do you think that's part of it as well?
I believe it is, because we, again, those pretenses that are, you know, like for those gender
and predetermined
gender, you know, roles. and it goes back to, again, like, oh, the woman should dress like this. She should dress like a woman, right? Well, what is that? Because there's so many different
types of women.
Cultures. She should dress like a woman. And so, and I think, again, that could be the reason why, because of that whole thing, you know, oh, this is how a woman should dress. So if that was if that was never there, then she wouldn't be, her just, you know, showing cleavage wouldn't be seen as that. But since the beginning of time, it's like a woman should dress like this. There was really not a thing with that with men. Like, oh, a man shouldn't walk around with his shirt off. Like, whoever said that.
Yep. And I also think, especially now, today's time, we are in a time where that double standard has kind of, it's fading a little bit as far as what's acceptable for women. We see a lot of more freedom.
Definitely.
Women becoming more independent. And women not caring. Like, I'm gonna be me.
When it comes to, like, sexuality, it's freedom and expression, right? And it's not just about the sex itself, right? Yeah. It's about being liberated and empowered, right? So I think men will get high fives and stuff like that when they would do what they do, because it's a level of empowerment and just understanding yourself. Women need the same thing, right? Now they're levels, right? You can't be, going crazy, but I think it's very important to be able to experience yourself and know what you like. And because people that's the most sheltered, when they get outside, that's when they wild out, right? When you don't have the opportunity to peek around the curtain and see, who am I? What do I like? Like, can I wear these, different clothes and things like that? So I just think it's about expression and self-expression. Yeah. And I don't think people should be pigeonholed to any idea. Like some women might want to, I was a tomboy and I grew and I changed, with age, and I was just never pigeonholed to like what I can and can't wear. And then I kind of settled like in the middle. So I think just allowing people to be able to express themselves, if it's sexually, if it's through their clothes, if it's through their makeup or whatever the case may be, and allow the space for people to explore.
Self-discovery.
Exactly. And be okay with that.
And be okay with it. It takes a level of maturity though to let that happen. Right. Without getting triggered or afraid, you know what I'm saying, about your wife or, looking in a certain way. It will make a man maybe get intimidated a little bit. So it's just it's a maturity aspect to that. Yeah.
So how that's a good point you just made. So how do we bridge the gap when it comes to, because I think as men I think part of the problem is us when it comes to the women independency, because I think growing up and how things were, it was kind of like, okay, if you're my wife or you're my girlfriend, you're supposed to stand behind me. No, she's supposed to stand beside you.
100%.
And I think that is a big part of where, then women become submissive. Yeah. And then along the way, they lose their identity. I think I was just watching the movie. What's the movie with Denzel and Viola Davis?
Fences.
Yeah.
And she was talking at the end when the son said, I don't want to go to his funeral. She was talking at the end and she was kind of expressing like, I kind of took pieces away from myself to build him up. But that's the life I chose, but she was just kind of going into that, into that conversation. I think that's a part of it too.
Yeah. It like, and it is from back in the day, but it's like you said, it is starting to shift because it was like that. My woman is, and you would hear men say it. My woman is behind me. Like that was like, do you hear what you're saying? She's behind you. And it shifted from one generation to the next. So remember way back in the day, you heard how women, she just managed the house. She stayed home. The man worked, the woman didn't work. So my mom and dad generation, they both worked, right? But still with that generation, it was like the man was above, you know what I mean? It's like the woman was behind me. But you watch the next generation, which is like us, like me and Rob, your mom and your dad, where we're beside. You know what I mean? We're walking like we're one. We walk. It's like you're one, but we're walking. I'm not walking behind you. I'm walking beside you. And I'm helping to push you, right? And so with us, and I'll say this with me and her, my big sis, we're not lost. We're not losing ourselves in them. You know what I mean? So I notice like you said, it is changing. I notice each generation it changed because I'm sure her and I are looking like we're not doing that. You know what I mean? And so again, I feel good that I'm not losing myself in him. We're together. I'm walking beside. We're building together, right? And so you guys' generation. So I'm sure it's like not as hard. Like you're not gonna get approached by a man that is saying, "Hey, I need you to be my woman and stand behind me." I think now it's more normalized
100%.
To be equals.
Be equals.
And also with that is it takes some of the load off of each other.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how hard it is to be a man.
Exactly.
And every decision and I have no one to talk to. You have to have somebody you could, ping pong with. And even with women, when they're like housely chores and the children, you need help. So I think sticking to that idea is not beneficial at all. I think you need somebody to say, like, your husband has to come to his wife and say, baby, like, how do I get through this? Right. Like, what do you think I should do? And understand and respect her, you know what I'm saying, her input. So it helps us, it helps people balance better. It's all about balance. And I think the duality of everything is very, very important. And trying to stay in that middle ground to understand that this is a team. We need we need all input at this point, right?
Yep. Yeah. And I think that's where. That's why I never subscribed to the, I've never seen why men have had a problem when their woman wants to take leadership.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we want that? We're gonna have days where we weak in the knees. So if she says she's strong enough to hold it down, let her. You know, and in that same sense, she's building herself up, and you're allowing her to keep her identity and to build her identity and to keep that value that she thinks of herself, instead of feeling like she got to come to you every time something's going on, or feeling like you got to overcompensate your energy to to fix everything.
And we can't sell each other short.
Like,
we can't sell each other short, and we got to continue to build up, like pick up where we see each other falling short at.
Right.
Right. Like, for example, if finances, doing financial stuff is something that you're good at, right, I'm gonna let my woman. Your position. If I was to have a woman, I would let my woman take over the financial stuff. If I'm good at the planning part, I'm gonna do the planning part. Right. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and so in order for us to break down this double standard, we have to realize strengths. Let them. Let each other do what they're good at, and then we pick up where we may fall short at.
And I think that's on us as men to take that ownership and to be vulnerable. Vulnerability means vulnerability. Like, it goes back to what we said in the beginning. It's okay. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, and vulnerable doesn't always mean you gotta cry. Vulnerable just mean, like, hey, today or this week,
honesty. There you go.
This week I am shot. I don't got it. Like, I don't got it mentally. I'm not there, and that's where, like I said, side by side, collaborate, and everything will work out. So, I guess the next question I would ask is, from a woman's perspective, how we can be more effective as men in these conversations with women, without, basically creating more of a safe space. Because we don't have all the answers, whether it's from genetics, testosterone compared to estrogen, how can we bridge the gap as far as being more effective?
I think, like I said earlier, being willing to first of all, learn the woman, and understand her emotions. Like, it's not just her being petty or dramatic, like, she really feels this way. And that's key in any relationship, friendship, or anything, honoring someone's feelings. If I say I feel, you shouldn't get offended, because that's just what I feel. It doesn't say, like, you intended to do what you did, or that is true that you did anything, but I feel. Right. And so it's honoring that. It's really listening to that, what she said, I feel. She didn't say, you did this, you did that, I feel. So and it's basically honoring her feelings. Like I said before, I hear a lot of women say, oh, that emotional connection is missing. Well, that's part of it, because he didn't honor how she felt. You know what I mean? He immediately got on defense, like, I didn't do this, or I do this and I do that. Why are you feeling like this? But you listen to me, I feel this way.
Not make it about us.
Not making it exactly. And really honor, see, okay, why do you feel this way? And being able to listen. And like you said earlier about not listening to respond, but just listening to just be there, to receive. Because if you listen without responding, you'll be able to receive and understand and learn. Learn this person, based on their feeling, because then they'll be opening up to really go into why I feel this way, and you'll be able to see deeply why they feel this way. The more a person starts talking, you'll start to understand why they felt that way, and that it really wasn't an attack on you or her accusing you of something. It was just like, hey, I feel this way. And then as you'll learn too, like if you really listen and talk it out, in the end, she'll even see it wasn't you. It wasn't about you. Right. But you'll never get to that point if you immediately put that defense wall up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's listening, right? And like I said earlier, to be understood is to be loved. And the most time I felt unloved when I was not understood was when I was misunderstood.
Right.
And I kept trying to explain it. I'm 36. When I talk to men now, I feel like they are struggling to view me as a woman. I think men still view women as girls. They said I'm a woman. So they still kind of look at it as like, you're a girl. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like everything's kind of juvenile. It's like, no, this is really well thought out. Right? This is really layered. And it's like men, I think, really subconsciously view women as little girls still. Like you wear pink, you cry. That's what you do, right? And it's like, and it's like, no, like it's I have feelings towards this, or just because we're dating, that doesn't mean I'm automatically going to feel this way, right? So understand that women are multi-layered,
right,
and really have the will to want to understand. It's like when women date men and like they don't want to really understand what they're going through, or like they don't want to get into the sports. Like that's his thing. I think men do that with women existence. That's her emotions, that's her thing. Like, but you have to want to know your partner, right? So like to be loved is to be understood. So just create a space where you're truly trying to understand your partner, and lead with love, and I think everything will work out.
That's good. That's good.
I think the last thing I wanted to speak on too is the assertiveness when it comes to men and women, and where the threat of assertiveness from a woman, right? When a man is assertive, it's him taking control, it's him being a leader, it's him taking the reins. When a woman kind of does it, it gets foggy because, I guess because of societal narratives.
She's bossy.
Yeah, she's bossy. She's too aggressive. She's, I get that. Us as men, we don't want to date a woman that is too much like a man, but do want her to have a backbone. Want her to. I want her to come into this with that same backbone. I don't want her to get into this and then I take it away. It's kind of like a woman walking into a boardroom and she's the head of the meeting. And kind of, the men, they're going to sit there at the table, they getting paid. They're going to sit there, they ain't going to take too much. But they probably whispering to each other, like, look at her thinking she bossy. So how can we bridge the gap, with that, as far as finding that balance where I can be assertive, but I can fall back as a man and allow you to be assertive, take over?
Again, it goes back to the perception. Like the analogy you gave, a woman walks in the boardroom. And I'm gonna tell you this: oftentimes with women, if they walk into that boardroom and it's full of men, it's like, okay, I need to go extra hard to prove myself and show them. So that's something that we, even as women, it's like, no, you go in there, and I've been there. Like I've been in the room, and it's all male, all white male, and I walk in there with confidence, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to take control in the room. I'm basically playing my position, showing up as what I was brought there to do, showing up and do what I was brought there to do, not trying to be overly, assertive, but at the same time be confident and speak with confidence, right? And so I think we, on both ends, it is like you said, I believe men do think like we'll go with the whole angry black woman thing, right? If she's too assertive, she's an angry black woman. If she's direct, she's angry or she's aggressive. No, I just want to be direct in what I'm saying so you can clearly understand. Like that's literally that is me. Like I'm not trying to be the aggressive or whatever. For me, I just like to clearly state what I mean.
How I feel,
like so there and how I feel. Like I just like to clearly state it. It's not like an attack. It's not me being bossy. It's like I just always feel like if you say it plainly, I feel like you'll get it. You know what I mean? But again, like you said, with women, it is with the man. It's like, you took control. That's right. You stood your ground.
Put your foot down.
But if a woman, it's like you're talking too much. You're being sassy.
or if you're speaking about something with high emotion, you're too emotional.
You're too emotional.
You're just passionate about this subject you're speaking on.
Or you might be touching a nerve and you're making too much sense. And it's like, hold on now.
You done triggered something.
Yeah. So
So I just feel like as men, sometimes we gotta fall back and realize.
Right. I think that's how you bridge it. Like as men, like, hey, allow her to step in there, like sit back, allow her to come and do what she does without saying she's assertive. Give her the props, like for being confident. You know what I mean? Like, wow, she really like really listen to what she's saying. Like, get into her brain and not just look at the exterior and her, this perception that she's assertive because she's speaking, in a tone, and I'll say in she's being direct or she's being, like you said, passionate. She's just passionate about what she's saying. Like, give her props for that.
Like if she can do it, pun intended.
Yeah.
If she can't do it, let her do it. Let her do it,
There you go. So on that note, wonderful conversation, y'all. Wonderful conversation.
Yes.
We thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. We hope that y'all take something from these episodes that we drop. We're going to keep dropping more and more and more. Bridging the Gap podcast once again, Brother Malik. I Can't Do Queen, Sister Rashad, Miss Konya. My lovely co-host. Appreciate y'all. This was a good one today, y'all. This is a good one. So appreciate y'all. See y'all soon.
Yep.